So, what do you pack for your skincare parties? As soon as I book something, I am already thinking through what I want to bring to that party, to that gathering. And I definitely pack my bag way in advance. It's part of my process, part of the preparation, and also just getting myself enthused, but all most importantly, just so that I feel uber prepared and that I have my head on right. So we're going to talk about why I pack the way that I pack and what I include when I pack for my party. I'm Michelle Fox from Boss Babes Online and Michelle Fox Beauty. I've been a Mary Kay beauty consultant for a little over 24 years. I should probably figure out how many parties I've done in those 24 years. I never thought about that. I know there's a way I can do that, but I'll have to do that later. So I want to just go through some very basic things to include and why I do it like this. And I think the why is probably more important than the what, which is usually the case with me. So I'm just going to get started. Okay. The first thing I always bring to my party is a gift for the hostess. It's very important that you reward her simply for opening up her home to you, or if it's in your home, simply for bringing her friends or inviting her friends to you. Now, if it's just a one on one appointment, I don't do that. Or even if it's a double facial, I don't usually do that. But if it is a true party of three or more, then I'm going to have a hostess gift. And you can be very strategic about that. So you don't want to spend a ton of money on it because you're going to be giving her hostess credit. So some ideas might be like a deluxe mini version of something that everybody at the table can see what it is and you can explain the benefits of it, because then they might want to buy the full size version of it, right? Or you could give her a mini version of something and then say, explain the benefits of it, and then say, and for today's party, I'm actually doing a special on the full size of this. Okay. So it's one more opportunity for you to layer something about the benefits of our products. Other ideas might be something that would work with your party. Obviously, I'm doing skincare and makeup. So my first party is usually a skincare party. So I might have a really nice headband, like something that's a little, better caliber than dollar store. Or I might have like a brush, like so that she can use a brush on her makeup or something like that. But like I said, you don't want to break the bank. So keep it simple, keep it small, keep it lightweight, and the next one would be to bring a door prize. Same thing. You don't want to give away a $35 door prize. Okay. You have to work smart. We talk a lot about the percentage that we earn when we do a party. I've sold $500, therefore I made 250, and forget that, well, we gave a hostess gift and we gave a door prize and we gave away swag bags and we had a discount if they bought so many sets, and we gave this and this and this. You have to watch your bottom line. If you don't make money, you won't stay in business, and that doesn't help anybody. All right. So an idea for a door prize for me is usually a previous limited edition item, something that's not in the catalog. In other words, I'm not going to give them something that they might want to buy. Let's say they came thinking, "Oh, I'm going to grab a hand cream today," and my door prize is a hand cream, and they win it. That's great. I'm sure they feel really excited about that. But in essence, you just lost a sale. So give them something that they aren't going to likely want to purchase that night. Okay. So we've got our bag open, a nice, sturdy, good looking bag. We've got the hostess thank you gift. We've got the door prize in there. Next, I'm going to make swag bags, is what I call them, for all of the guests. And you can do as much or as little as you want with this. Again, keeping an eye on the bottom line. Okay. So for me, a swag bag is just kind of a fun little gift that they get at the beginning of the party. They love opening it up and seeing what's inside. You can Google Mary Kay swag bag and you'll get all kinds of ideas. But I usually have some candy in there. I'll have a nice pen that they can keep if they want to. Not crazy nice, but you know what I mean? A pen that works. Some candy, a pen. If they have to complete something like a customer profile, I'll put that in, although I try to get that done in advance. But if there's any paperwork that they need to do, that'll be tucked in there. If I'm doing a skincare party, then I might put in like a lip gloss sample or some kind of color sample just as a little teaser. And let's see what other types of things. I might put in the swag bag, like I can buy plastic headbands either on Amazon or the dollar store and tuck that into the swag bag. Whatever goes in the swag bag, they're taking with them. Okay. So I don't always want to just give away my headband. So you got to kind of decide on that. So I'm not going to do all of it. I'm not going to give them a free pen and a free headband and, a bunch of samples. So I pick one as kind of like the main gift in there. Throw in some candy, throw in the paperwork or whatever, put it in a cute cello bag, tie it with some raffia. You can get cello bags just about anywhere, like any kind of party, like, Party USA or, like a birthday party type store. And you can definitely get them on Amazon. And then there's also a place called My Girlfriend's House that you can buy all kinds of cute cello bags. So, and that's what I usually put them in, something that's just kind of colorful and nice. If you don't want to use something that isn't recyclable, oh, let's see. What could you do? I guess you could just find like a paper bag that is flat. I don't know what they're called exactly, but I've seen paper bags that are maybe white or pink and they're just flat, and then you could tuck things in. That you'd have to keep everything kind of skinny, but there are options for that as well. All right. If you put a catalog in the swag bag, then I would make a statement early in the presentation that they have to leave it in there until the end of the show. So, my fourth thing, I guess, would be to bring full color catalogs, your current full color catalog, but you don't want them to have access to it until the end of the party, or you will not be able to keep their attention. So some people won't even bring the catalogs. I do because I think that's part of the fun. It's almost like a magazine. And I have added to my sales that way because they will purchase what they try, but then there might be something that they see in the book that they're like, oh, I want that as well. So to me, I don't mind doing that. And oftentimes they'll leave them behind. So like keep an eye on that. You just pick up the ones that they didn't take home and use them again. But you don't want them to have access to anything that's going to distract them. Samples, beautiful book or anything like that, recruiting material, none of that until later. You want their undivided attention when you start your presentation. That's super de duper important. When I pack, there's a part of me that wants to bring it all. That I just feel like, okay, we're going to try this and this and this and this, but just in case, what if the hostess wants this, or what if somebody has this kind of skin? I have a lot of thoughts on why I don't bring a ton of stuff. Okay. You want to keep the presentation tight. You want to keep it quick and simple. You don't want to overwhelm them. You want to be large and in charge. You don't want to be like, oh, what do you want to try? Oh, you want to do that instead? Oh, and let them call the shots. You are calling the shots. You should have contacted all of your guests in advance. So you should know if somebody has, an allergy or a condition or a situation that needs special product. But don't come thinking, well, oh, what if they might, oh, this is really cool. I'll throw this in and this in. You don't want to be there for 3 hours. And that's what happens. The more stuff you have, the more likely you are to say, oh, we could do this. We could try this. So keep it, stick to the script. All right. Figure out what you're going to have them try and only bring that. You have pre-profiled your guests, so if there's a special need, you know that in advance and you will accommodate that. But other than that, you're not bringing all kinds of random stuff. It's tempting, but don't do it. And I'll talk a little bit more about why in a second. All right, that was number 5. Mostly you want to leave them wanting more. Okay. If you feel like everything that they are interested in, you're showing them, there's really no reason for them in their mind to get together with you again. So it's okay. It's okay that you don't have everything to show them. It's better. It's actually better that way. All right. I like to have a special setup for the hostess. So if everybody else has like plastic headbands from the dollar store, I'll have a fuzzy headband for her. If everybody else has disposable applicators, which they do, I'll have a real brush set for her. She doesn't get to keep it, but she gets to use it. And that is me showing everyone the benefits of that brush set. They're looking, thinking, shoot, I wish I was using that, those really nice brushes. And usually the hostess is saying, oh my gosh, this is so much easier to put on like this. So you're selling it just by having her basically demo it on your behalf. So I make sure that she has a nicer headband, better ways of applying it. If she needs like a magnified mirror, it's a good idea to purchase a standing magnified mirror so that she has that. I have to have a magnified mirror to do my makeup. And that could be the case with your hostess as well. So you want to find out about that. When it comes to the inventory that you bring, and I know everybody has different amounts of inventory, but that's the same thing where we feel like we want to bring it all. What if they want to get that body wash or that men's skincare? But here's the thing. It's physically exhausting for you. It makes you look like a pack mule. And the same concept of leaving them wanting more. It's okay if you can't fulfill every item on their order. Most home parties do not have inventory, so we in our mind start thinking that that's something that we have to provide, right there on the spot. But really, they're not expecting that. So if you've got their skincare, so let's say you're demoing skincare and you've got the skincare that they can take that night, that's significant. All right. But let's say they also want a mascara and an eyeshadow and you don't have those with you. Well, guess what? Now you've got a great reason to follow up with them physically. Say, could I stop by Tuesday afternoon and drop this off to you? And if you've got a few minutes, I'd love to chat. And then you could come in, talk to them about how their skincare is working for them. Here's their stuff. You're so excited because there's a new hostess program you want to tell them about, whatever. But it's that opportunity to reconnect. This is all about connecting over and over and over until they know, like, and trust you. All right. And it's going to take a different amount of contact for every person. So don't feel like you have to bring it all. Bring the basics. You don't have to have like an expensive rolling tote that holds everything perfectly either. I just had like a big plastic tub with a lid that you can buy like at Walmart and just put in the skincare sets. And I brought that. I made sure, you don't want it to be so heavy that you can barely drag it out of your car. So think all of those things through. Okay. So inventory, but just what I have to bring. Next would be paper copies of things. And I know everything is digital now, and that's fine. So maybe some of you don't even use paper copies of this, but I'm a visual learner. And so I tend to treat other people the way I would like to be treated. So my hostess program, I will have that printed and I will probably have included that in their swag bag. But if not, I might have it in a frame or something. But I want them to be able to see what my hostess program is so that they are processing it, whether they're ready to jump on it right away or not. The more that they see it in front of them, the more it's like it's going into their psyche. So hostess program, if you want to bring team building material, I wouldn't probably give it to everybody. I would be selective. I would probably give it to my hostess and maybe one or two of the other guests that really seem to be into it. But I wouldn't have it be a real hard sell either. Team building material, there's usually a variety. There's some that just kind of really explains why we love what we do. And then there's others that say, okay, you need to sign an agreement. You need to pay this much money. You need to do this, this, this. I do more of the warm fuzzy one. Okay. Just to kind of give them a feel for the culture and how much it has benefited my life type of stuff. So soft team building material. And then if you use like a flip chart or any kind of crib notes, like I like to use 3x5 cards. I'm not a fan of a flip chart, but most companies have a flip chart. Mary Kay for sure does. And don't feel like you have to use it, and you for sure don't have to leave it as is. Like when I do use a flip chart, which is not very often, the side that I can see, I take a marker and I cross off the stuff that I'm not going to say. I put a post-it note on there to for anything that I tend to forget. I'll have like a little post-it note like, don't forget to thank your hostess. So, use it for you. It's the side that you can see and that you're reading from is for you. So you can mark it up, change it up, do whatever you want to do with that thing. All right. So let's see. So that was number 7-ish. All right, moving on. Um, at the end of the party, I have something that I put together. It's been years since I've used it. I need to find it. I'll probably refine it and then maybe let you access it if you're interested. But it was pretty cool. I had like a hostess review sheet, and it accomplished a whole lot of stuff. So the hostess review had it showed her hostess credit, like how I figured it out. And part of that was usually included my sales. Okay. So I would have like the sales, and then however you mathematically figure out your hostess credit from that. And then I had a line where I would show my profit before expenses, just so that I'm planting a seed. Like when I sell this much, I make this much. And yeah, I give you hostess credit and I do a few things, but bottom line, this is what I start out with, so that she kind of can see how that works. So we're figuring out her hostess credit together. That includes her seeing how much the sales were, which includes her seeing how much I could make from that sale, potentially. And then after she knows like how much her credit is, then there were a few questions like, did you have a good time? Do you think your friends had a good time? Do you feel like you were adequately compensated? What could I improve? Things like that, so that she feels that she's involved. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, if I could show you how to do what I do, would you enjoy making money this way? 1 is like, I'd rather die. And 10 is like, I definitely would. You read my mind, let's start right now. So that little review sheet did a whole lot of stuff. It was almost like a soft interview in a way, because she's seeing what I did to make that money, how much I made. She's seeing how I figure out hostess credit. She's giving me some feedback. And as she's going through, she's like, yeah, they did have a good time. So did I. I felt really rewarded. This was all good. Check, 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 everything positive. So it is really setting you up that if you're seeing all kinds of positive comments and she's like, 6 or above, then you could say, would you have a few minutes for me to chat with you about why I started my business? Or do you have any questions about my business? And again, everybody's tired. It's the end of the party, so you don't have to explain it all. All right. I think we lose opportunities to team build because we're thinking, I don't know the presentation. I don't know how to say it all. You don't have to say it all. All right. Answer the questions. Pay attention to what she's interested in or curious about, and work there. All right. Work from there. And you don't have to know all the stats and the specifics, especially if you're brand new. But what you can do is speak from your heart and say what made you want to do it, and why do you still love doing it, and what benefits have you seen thus far? Just like how you talk about the benefits of the products rather than just all the facts, you want to talk about the benefits of what you've chosen to do, more so than, you have to pay this much, you have to sign this thing, blah, blah, blah. All right. So, all right. That is part of how to pack, because that was like a thing that I made that I would include. And once I've packed that, I will sit down by my bags and I will, in my head, go through the whole party. Like, okay, I get there. I'm going to set these up, then I'm going to have the door prize over here. And, I picture the whole thing so that I can double check that I've got all of the goodies that I will need for that day. If you don't have something, that makes you human, that makes you likable, that makes you an empathetic character. Okay. So you just roll with the punches. If you don't have enough mirrors and trays because she invited her sister-in-law at the last minute, ask if you could use a paper plate or a regular plate, whatever. People can apply things, with their fingers. If you're doing makeup, they can use their fingers. If you don't have enough disposable applicators, Or just say, just participate in whatever part of this you care to participate in. I didn't bring an extra mirror, but I sure do want you to join. Okay. It's all in how you respond. You don't want them to feel awkward. You don't want to be awkward. It's always like, oh, great. The more the merrier. Okay. Just some super basic things that I think everybody knows, but I'm just going to go through. But like because it's skincare, we'll have like cotton balls and stuff like that. I like to use the cotton squares because it doesn't leave like fuzzies behind. So figure out what your favorite thing is and make sure that you have that. I usually will have a few extra Q-tips and a few extra disposable applicators, just in case somebody loses it or, they want to start over or something. I make sure that the mirrors and trays that I am packing are clean. All right. So I will clean front and back. Oh, I guess these mirrors these days only have front. I'll clean front, before I pack them, make sure I have one for everybody that's coming. And then I usually do bring an extra one. If you've got like a party of 8 and that's all the mirrors you've got, then there you go. You don't worry about it. And like I said, you're going to need pens for them to fill things out. And so if it's not part of your goodie bag, make sure you've got, a little baggie of pens. And something that I used to do, which is different than what I've heard said, I do like to do a game. Especially there's kind of a transition period, like when we're done with the presentation, but we're not quite ready for the table close and I'm cleaning up and stuff. You can do a game like a referral game where they are writing names and numbers and stuff. But what I used to like to do when I was building a team, Fast and Furious, was to do more of a team building game. And so I had all these like visual aids. Again, I'm a visual person. So I made sure that I had that in my bag. So whatever game you're going to do, just make sure that you've got everything you're going to need, for that. But I had it where I would have little things that they had to guess like how it was associated with what I do. So like for example, I'd have like a little toy car and we would talk about the car program, et cetera, et cetera. So you can think about you just probably want to do one game because you don't want to be there forever. And so it's going to either be something to get referrals or bookings or something about team building. There might be a way to combine the two. If there is, I would love to know about it. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. Okay. So that's everything that I bring. So now I just want to mention again a few things that I don't bring and why. All right. Don't bring so many bags and cases and, totes that it takes like 2, 3, even 4 trips back and forth to the car for so many reasons. You will physically be exhausted loading it, unloading it, loading it, unloading it. It makes you look like your job is hard. All right. And it makes you look like you're going to be there forever. And so you want everything to look professional and planned and under control. Okay. So I have like a big tote that has most of my stuff. And then I might have like a kind of a big purse or something that if I need, room for a couple more things. So I can carry those two things in. Sometimes I don't even bring my inventory in. But that's my second point here is do not feel like you have to bring all of your inventory. So I already mentioned that. Okay. You don't want to have to haul all that stuff in. And sometimes just having so much stuff can be overwhelming for you and for them. You can just get confused. Just keep it simple. Okay. But sometimes I'll even leave what inventory I do bring, I'll leave it in my car. So let's say it's a small party, 3 people, and I will sit down, take their orders. And then when I've got all 3 of their orders, I'll dash out to my car, fill the bags, and come back in, like Santa Claus. I've got all these little bags for them. So you don't even have to bring it into the house unless it's like, really, really hot or something. But the big do not is do not feel like you have to bring everything that you have inventory wise. All right. And then if you're doing a skincare party, do not bring a bunch of color samples. That's a mistake I've made as well, where I have kind of like a zip up bag full of color samples because once you open that puppy up, Oh, well, I want to try some. Well, do you have any of this shade? Well, what about cheek color? And it turns into like a whole other party. And that whole other party is something you want to book for later. So I know it's hard because we just want to be accommodating and we want to seem like we can provide it all on the spot. But again, think it through. It is to your benefit to have them wanting more, to have them feel like, okay, well, we did the skincare. That was awesome. I really need a lipstick. Did you bring lipstick samples? And when the answer is no, but I would love to get together with you in a week or so to see how your skincare is going. And I can bring samples then and we can try whatever you want to try. Get that idea out there so that they have a warm fuzzy about that. And then when you're getting that on the books on your calendar, that's when you can say, oh, by the way, if you would like to get this lipstick for free, my hostess program is so simple. And we just need a minimum of 3 adults that are not at this party because I love to meet new people. But that's just a thought, if you want to earn hostess credit. Okay. So it's an easy way to segue into that. So when I pack minimally. I pack strategically so that I'm not carrying, a whole bunch of things and have to make several trips back and forth. And I pack with purpose. All right. There's a reason why, there's a reason why I didn't bring that. There's a reason why I didn't bring. Here's another thing. If it's a party of 4 people and you only have 4 trays, and for some reason 2 other people show up, guess what? You as the professional were prepared for the 4 people that RSVP'd. So it is not anything negative on you that you're not prepared for the other 2. Your whole posture should just be, I'm so happy that you could join us. Why don't you just watch? Uh, and you'll learn so much just from seeing what everybody else is doing. And then if you want to set something up so that we can do it with you and your friends, we'll chat afterward. There are so many opportunities for booking, like what you might see as a red flag or a mistake, or oh no, I can't believe I didn't do that, is actually an opportunity to book them. Oh shoot, she really wanted to try mascara. Book her to do that. All right. Oh gosh, I don't have enough trays for her friend. Book that friend. So turn things around. The biggest thing, and I come back to this all the time, is that you are the professional. You are large and in charge. You are on purpose. And don't let the circumstances or the people or their attitude or what you forgot or what you didn't do dictate how this party's going to go. You are a professional in your field. You're here to demonstrate a very popular, highly successful, in demand product. You know your stuff. Trust me, even if you're brand new, you knew enough to sign the agreement. Okay. You know more than the majority of the people at that party. Showcase what you know. All right. Showcase what you know. Do what you came there to do. And don't feel like you are less than if they thought there was going to be more. All right, pause. That also goes back to your coaching, though, your hostess coaching and your pre-profiling. So I do hear this sometimes. Well, I thought we would do makeup. If I knew we were just going to take our face off and not put anything on, I would have brought my makeup bag. That is on us, okay? That is one of the many reasons why you want to pre-profile your guests. You want to be in touch with them. You want to have a connection with them so that they maybe can see your name or hear your voice, but you want to find out about their skin type if they have any concerns. And that is an opportunity too for them to say, I for sure want to get a mascara that night. So could you bring some mascara? In that case, yeah, I would bring some, all right, for her to look at and choose one. This is your business. You make these types of decisions according to what your gut feels is right and what you have time for and the space for. So these little opportunities, these little things that kind of segue off here, there, everywhere. Don't let them distract you or make you feel unprepared. You are prepared. All right, you are prepared. When something takes you by surprise, just take a beat. Okay, just pull yourself together and think, how can I turn this into my benefit? All right, shoot, she invited people that I wasn't expecting. or this person has an allergy and I forgot to ask her about that. What can I do? All right. And yes, you do have to learn to think on your feet, but that is one of the beautiful things that this job, this position will teach you, is that you learn how to think on your feet, how to be agreeable, how to be amenable in all situations, that nothing's a problem, nothing is a concern, that you can, come up with some possible way around it. And you will get better and better at that. But, bottom line, if something takes you by surprise and you are just dumbfounded, honesty is always the best policy. Just say, you know what? I forgot to bring that. Didn't even occur to me. I'm so sorry. I should have asked, whatever. Okay. But you don't ever want to be in this like, oh my gosh, I'm a loser. I'm so sorry. Oh, I've ruined everything. Not at all. Okay. It's more like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot that. I will definitely put that in my notes so that I never forget again, or whatever. Uh, okay, you just blah blah blah. You just say things that uh, it's okay that you are a human and that you make a mistake or that you forgot something or that stumbled over your words. Those things actually make you more likable because they make you more real to them. They will follow you as customers and as loyal, patrons when they like you. And those moments are moments where you have that opportunity to just be yourself and to let that shine. And they're like, I really like her. She was really funny, or she handled that really well, or she was so gracious. Okay. So, all right. So hopefully you'll learn some stuff about what to prac, what not to worry about, what to focus on. And I would love to hear your comments. I always have a wonderful resource for you. So what you need to do, and there's always confusion about this, but in the description of the video, so underneath the video, there's a place where you can click and it says more, and then it will drop down and you'll see all kinds of stuff that I write. There's always a freebie in there for you that I think will help you in your business. So find that freebie and click on it, claim it. So look around because I usually have a few fun things for you to click on and either get some product recommendations or some kind of free handout or something. So thank you so much for your time and attention. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I respond personally to every single one. If you've not yet subscribed to Michelle Fox Beauty, I would suggest that you subscribe and that you hit the notification bell so that you are always aware of when the next video comes out. I'd love to have you be part of my community so that we can stay in touch and to continue to learn and grow together. Thanks so much again, and I'll see you next time.